Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Avenging Angels Soccer Complex on the campus of Meredith College in Raleigh, North Carolina. We are underway almost 4 minutes into the opening match here on this Saturday afternoon between the Tigers of Sewanee University and the Battling Bishops of North Carolina Wesleyan. Happy to have you with us on this cloudy but a little bit sunny Saturday afternoon in Raleigh, North Carolina. My name is Bill Zioli. Tigers of Sewanee are moving right to left on your screen in all white. North Carolina Wesleyan are in the navy jerseys with white shoulders, moving left to right on your screen. Game one of a doubleheader today here at Meredith, part of the opening weekend Meredith Classic. Hosted by the Avenging Angels, Meredith played Sewanee yesterday, and the Avenging Angels defeated the Tigers by a score of 1-0 on a 87th minute free kick goal by Kirsty King. North Carolina Wesleyan and Southern Virginia were the second game yesterday, but that game was canceled due to rain and thunderstorms last night here in Raleigh. Not expected to get any rain today. If anything, maybe a light drizzle or two. We had some earlier this morning. But other than that, just a cloudy afternoon today here in Raleigh. Sun poking out a little bit. Starting lineups for you real quick. First for the Tigers, who are again moving right to left on your screen. As a beautiful ball play over top for Clay McKnight, who chases it down on the left side. So McKnight's in there. In the goal for Sewanee is Samantha Bourgeois, Mary Frank, Mina Carrison, Chloe Thompson, Kenzie McAvoy, Walker Poe, Dayla LaRock, Erin Gill, Savannah Williams, and Kylie Ezel for the Tigers. And for the Battling Bishops of North Carolina Wesleyan, it's senior goalkeeper Ashley Major in net for Wesleyan. Erica Leinhart, Maggie Rankin, Victoria Burkhart, Ella Burkhart, Hannah Tolson, Amanda Mazza, Sarah Cook, Manuela Cano, Jordan Forbes, and Anna Stribling. Goal kick here for Wesleyan, again moving left to right on your screen. Last year, North Carolina Wesleyan had a final record of 10-6-2 on the season. 9-4-1 in the USA South Conference. They lost in the first round of the USA South Women's Soccer Tournament by a score of 1-0 to the Cougars of Averett. And last year, Sewanee finished 8-9-2 on the season, 5-2 in conference play, and they are out of the Southern Athletic Association. And they lost in the conference semifinal by a score of 3-0. So Sewanee coming into this game, starting 0-1 on the loss to Meredith yesterday. Again, that score was 1-0 thanks to a late free kick goal in the 87th minute by Meredith's Kirsty King. And North Carolina Wesleyan coming in at 0-0. Their game was canceled yesterday due to the rain. So we'll have Sewanee and Wesleyan, and then Meredith and Southern Virginia next. And it looks like Sewanee will win corner kick. Looks like to be Williams will send this in for the Tigers. And it's a good-looking cross right at the near post, headed on by a Tiger, still in the box, right at the side of the 6, crosses again and headed on by a Wesleyan defender, and finally cleared away. Good chance there for the Tigers. No shots on goal, but a couple crosses right at the top of the 6-yard box. Good step there by Ezel of Sewanee. Now here's Sarah Cook on the outside for Wesleyan. Finds Tolson, and Tolson will win a corner. We are in the 9th minute here of game number 1 of this doubleheader. Again, Meredith and Southern Virginia will kick off at around 4:20. here's a corner for Wesleyan. Good-looking ball, headed on by two Tigers. Comes to the top of the box, a shot in over the net for a goal kick. Good attempt there by Wesleyan. And that was number 29, Manuela Cano, out of Valencia, Venezuela. On the attempt from well outside the 18. Good strike. That just went over the bar for a goal kick. Wesleyan wins back possession. Battle on the far sideline goes Wesleyan's way. They'll win a throw. Low 80s and humid, and the sun coming out now here in Raleigh. Got an all-turf field here at the Avenging Angels Soccer Complex. So if it did rain, and it rained for a good while in the opener yesterday between Meredith and Sewanee. Came down heavy in the early parts of the first half, and then the rain held off for the rest of the game. So if it were to rain, be no problem to the field. It's the Thunder and Lightning that ended up canceling the second game yesterday between these battling Bishops of N.C. Wesleyan and Southern Virginia. Well, we don't expect any of that today. Sewanee wins a throw on the far side. Throw from Sewanee, headed on by a Bishop defender. Good step there by Hannah Tolson for Wesleyan, but Meredith went back. Sewanee wins back possession. Nil-nil here in the 12th minute. Sewanee had no shots, but two good chances right in front of goal. Crosses at the top of the 6-yard box. Wesleyan yet to threat Bourgeois. This one will go out for a Wesleyan goal kick. Sewanee's schedule looks like this after today. They host Maryville, another USA South opponent, on Tuesday. Travel to Trevecca Nazarene next Saturday, a week from today, and then have 6 home games in a row to close out September. Home against Covenant, another USA South opponent, Agnes Scott, Hanover, Emory, and then open up conference play. They host Berry and Oglethorpe to end out September. First 4 out of 5 matches for Sewanee are all USA South opponents. For Wesleyan, looks like this after today. They are at Mary Washington midweek on Wednesday, and then at Stockton next week. And then they play at Rutgers Camden the next day, next Sunday. And then host Bridgewater and Virginia Wesleyan. Then are at Marymount on the 25th, and then close out September and their USA South opener, and as they host the Cougars of Avery. Here's a ball in for Sewanee, and that will go out for a goal kick. And that one was intended for Ann Porter, the sophomore forward at Auburn, Alabama. So War Eagle. One kicked on the midfield, taken away by Frank of Sewanee. Now will come back for Williams, and Williams will play it back for Bourgeois. Bourgeois finally gets rid of it, trying to find McKnight, and that just gets past her, and will go out for a Wesleyan throw, as Mazza just let this roll out. Mazza, senior defender out of Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania. There's a couple of girls on this Wesleyan team from Mount Pocono, both the Burkharts, Victoria and Ella. Victoria's sophomore, Ella is senior. All from Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania. Foul against Sewanee, so Wesleyan will win a free kick right past midfield. In the 15th minute, no score. No shots yet. This is a deep ball right to the top of the 18. Goes over a couple heads for both teams. And now finally taken away there by McDonald. Looks like to be a foul. And it'll be a foul against Sewanee, so free kick for Wesleyan. Could be a dangerous position here if you're Sewanee. The ball sent in. This is going to be on goal, and it hits the crossbar and goes over the net, or just hit the corner of the crossbar in the left post. And over the net it goes for a goal kick. And that was a good attempt by Wesleyan. Can't tell who that was on the free kick. Actually, that was number 18, Ella Burkhart. And this ball played over the top. Bourgeois comes off the line and handles that easily. And we'll roll this to the near side. Bourgeois standing at 5'4", and free kicks are dangerous for her. That's how Meredith got one by her yesterday after Bourgeois made a couple of great saves to keep it at 0-0 late. Sophomore goalkeeper from New Orleans, Louisiana. This one goes out for a Wesleyan throw right in front of the Sewanee bench. Sewanee have a throw on the far side. 27-10 remaining here in this first half. No score. Now is a Good ball for Cook, taken away by Sewanee. Now here's Porter on the far side and just out ahead of her, and he'll go out for a goal kick. Sewanee gets back possession. Played in the near side from Ignite, and that's just ahead of her. Will go out for a Wesleyan throw. Good step here by Forbes, and off her line comes Bourgeois, and she's not afraid to get well outside of her own 18. Sends this high. And now this one headed right back to her, and the Tigers will reset. Into the 20th minute, no score between the Tigers of Sewanee and the battling Bishops of North Carolina Wesleyan. Again, Sewanee lost 1-0 yesterday in their opener to Meredith here. And Wesleyan, I believe, were about 20 or so minutes into their game with Southern Virginia before it was called due to rain and lightning and all that jazz that you hate to see. This one played over the top. McKnight trying to get on it. And there is Burkhardt to play it back to her goalkeeper, Major, who will just send this away, and Sewanee will have a throw on the near side. Referee at first had it as a Sewanee throw, but changed his mind, and now a couple subs will come on for Wesleyan. Looks to be Forbes and Cook will come off. And that looks like Sydney Nichols comes on for Wesleyan. And this one intended for Nichols, who's on it, and well outside the 18 again is Bourgeois, and she just clears it for a throw. Nichols battling here on the near side with Porter, and Wesleyan will win a corner. Also coming on for Wesleyan is Madeline Williams, junior forward out of Chesapeake, Virginia. And Ella Burkhart will send this in. Here's the service, a good-looking ball. Comes to the top of the 18, deflected. Off the side of the foot, it looked like to be of Tolson, and will roll out for a goal kick. .22 minutes remaining in this first half, no score. Neither goalkeeper have been really tested here so far in this first half. A couple of corners and crosses were deflected in the box on both sides, but no real threat to a ball being put in the back of the net. This one taken away by Sewanee. And here's Frank. Frank still with it. Plays it to McAvoy. Here's McAvoy now. Good pass in here from Sewanee. Finally cleared up by Wesleyan. And a foul here against Rankin. Good play there from Ezel to keep possession. Wins the free kick for the Tigers. And over this will be Gill for Sewanee. And Gill will send this in. It takes one bounce to the top of the 18. Frank trying to get on it. And now a little tap from Porter goes right to the goalkeeper, Major. Handles that one with ease. Frank does a good job of winning this back for Sewanee. Now here's Gill. Ezel. Ezel finds Williams. Williams looks to play this over the top, intended for Porter, but off her line comes Major. And we'll handle that one and roll it out quickly. Burkhart tries to find Nichols, but well taken away by Sewanee again. Sewanee solid so far on the back line, and this one will be deflected all the way back to Bourgeois. .26 minute, no score. Sewanee moving right to left on your screen in all white with the ball. Wesleyan on the defensive side of the ball right now, moving left to right on your screen in the navy shirt, white shoulders. And now I'll have two subs for Wesleyan and one for Sewanee. And it looks like to be in Porter coming off for the Tigers. And it'll be Ella Burkhart and Stribling off for Wesleyan. This one rolls out for Wesleyan goal kick. Looks like Julia Rebellin and Lucia Davids on for the Bishops. Ball refuses to come down to the field, and it'll be a foul against Wesleyan, so free kick for Sewanee. And LaRoque tries to switch it to the far side. Sewanee wins a throw. Big switch here by Wesleyan, too far. And headed for Rankin. Bourgeois clears this up. Now here's Williams for the Tigers. And trying to find Doris Ellis. who came on for Sewanee. And that will be another sub here for NC Wesleyan. Looks like Rankin will come off. And number 2, Stephanie Stallings comes on. Senior defender at Nashville, North Carolina. Playing on the right wing, though, for Wesleyan. Under 16.5 remaining here in the first half between NC Wesleyan and Sewanee. No score. No threat to either goalkeeper as of yet. Ball over top intended for Thompson for Sewanee, but this one will roll all the way out for a goal kick. Major kicks this one to midfield. This one over top looking for McKnight. Taken away now. Here's Ezel for Sewanee. Good ball finding Thompson. Thompson trying to play a 1-2 with McKnight. Cleared away by Wesleyan. And a good step here by NC Wesleyan. And that's handed Tolson. And now here's Cano. Cano still with it. Finally loses it. But Nichols gets it back for Wesleyan. Now back and forth we go here in the midfield. And finally, Thompson will play this back for her goalkeeper, Bourgeois. Foul against Sewanee. That looked like to be on Thompson, so free kick for the Bishops. 14 minutes remaining here in the first half. Sewanee 0, NC Wesleyan 0. The first of 2 games here today at Meredith. The Avenging Angels will play Southern Virginia next. That kickoff is set for a little under 2 hours from now. And here's the free kick. Takes one bounce into the box. Couple bounces right into the hands of Bourgeois, who rolls it to the far side. Southern Virginia defeated Meredith last season by a final score of 2-1 early in the 2016 campaign. So the Avenging Angels will look to get a little bit of revenge there. They beat these Tigers of Sewanee yesterday by a final score of 1-0 on a Kiersey King 87th minute free kick from the left side of the 18, put a top left corner over Bourgeois. Play on, says the referee, on the foul from Sewanee. And Wesleyan still has it, and a through ball intended for Stallings. Stallings has it, but good defense by Ezel gets it back for Sewanee. Now here's Gill. Gets it to Williams. Gill finding Ezel here on the near side with some space. A little too far in front of her intended target 11. And now Wesleyan win it back. Good head by Gill there for Sewanee. Now Levin trying to come down with it. Plays it over the top intended for McKnight. And McKnight trying to get around her defender. That's Nalia Brown. Cleared away by Wesleyan. Gale wins it back for the Tigers. Plays it back for Williams, who's looking to switch the field. Trying to play it wide was Ellis. Now this will be deflected all the way out over the goal line for a Wesleyan goal kick. 11:20 and running remaining here in the first half. No score. Happy to have you with us on this Saturday afternoon from Raleigh. If you're watching us and missing some college football, we appreciate it. Be a foul here against Sewanee. Free kick for Wesleyan. If you are missing some college football, not missing much. Number 5, Clemson all over Kent State, 49-3. Number 6, Penn State over Akron, 38-0. And Miami, 24-6 over Bethune-Cookman. Good one in Austin, though, between Maryland and Texas, 30-27 in the third. And a local score, Cal at UNC. It's 17-14 in the third in favor of the Tar Heels. This one cleared away by Wesleyan in midfield, and Sewanee will have a throw. 10 minutes remaining now here in the first half. Here's Frank now for Sewanee. Plays it inside for Levin. Levin turns. This one back for Frank of Sewanee, who will have a go from way out and will be way wide right and out for a Wesleyan goal kick. Now a substitute for Wesleyan. Hannah Tolson will come out. The end of the game for Tolson looks like to be Marissa Aguilar. But here comes Nichols on the right side for Wesleyan. Nichols battling with Williams. Plays it back, and a low cross on a bad one from Stallings, cleared away by Sewanee. That was Levin and McKnight battling, but Wesleyan win the throw. Now here's Levin for Sewanee, who wins it back. Finds Williams on the back line. Williams too hard in front of her intended receiver, McDonald. On that pass, goes up for a Wesleyan throw in front of their bench. Levin finds Thompson. Cleared away by Wesleyan. Now here's McAvoy for Sewanee. Trying to find Ellis on the far side, and it will go out for a Sewanee throw. 7:20 remaining here in the first half. Levin trying to turn. Plays it back for Williams. Now here's McAvoy. Finds Williams again. Now here's Frank. Frank trying to turn the corner on the far side, keeps it in. And then Frank now will get charged for a foul. So free kick to NC Wesleyan. 6.5 remaining in the first half, no score. Sewanee lost their opener yesterday here against the hosts of Meredith, 1-0. And Wesleyan had their game canceled due to thunder, lightning, and rain last night in game number 2 against Southern Virginia. This one intended for Ellis on the far side, but just 2 out in front of her. And it looked like it went off a Wesleyan defender, so Sewanee will win a corner. Levin will send this in for the Tigers. Left-footed Levin puts it in and goes right across inside the 6-yard box, and no one touched it, and it will go out for a goal kick. Good-looking ball there from the sophomore midfielder, Carly Levin. And it took one bounce right in the middle of the 6-yard box, but no one could come up on the end of that. It will just go out for a goal kick here with 5:10 remaining in the first half. Big throw over the top. Finds Nichols. Nichols battling with Williams on the near side. Williams to Gill, back for Williams. Good piece of composure there by Aaron Gill, the junior defender. Now here's Frank for Sewanee. Gives it up back to Wesleyan. Now here's Davids trying to switch it. A good-looking ball, but well defended there by McDonald and cleared away by Bourgeois. You're into the 42nd minute now here in the first half. No score between Sewanee and NC Wesleyan. Ball from Gill to the near side, trying to find Ezel. 2 out in front of her. Will go out for a Wesleyan throw. Be a foul here against Wesleyan. That would have to be against Madeline Williams. Ball played down the far sideline for McDonald, intended for Ellis. And Ellis tried to slide tackle to save it, but it went out for a Wesleyan goal kick. .230 left here in the first half, no score. Major puts this one up, taken away by Sewanee, but will come down to Stallings of Wesleyan, and we'll give it away to Gill for Sewanee. Gill plays this over top, intended for Ellis here on the left side. Good job of shielding there by Victoria Burkhart, and goes out for another Wesleyan goal kick. Major headed on by Aguilar. Frank trying to find Ellis, but it looks like Ellis was offside. So free kick here for Wesleyan on the far sideline with now 1 minute remaining here in the first half. Dangerous pass there from McDonald back for Gill. Almost intercepted by Nichols. Good turn here by Ellis trying to get around her defender. Good defense, though, from Wesleyan. But now we'll come to 11 here with 13 seconds left. Trying to play it up from McKnight. And cleared away. And Frank will put this up. And it'll roll past a Wesleyan defender. And Major will let this roll. And that will end the first half. So 45 minutes gone. 45 to go. No score here in Raleigh. We'll be back here for the second half shortly between NC Wesleyan and Sewanee, who are tied at 0-0. Back here at the Avenging Angels Soccer Complex on the campus of Meredith College in Raleigh, North Carolina, where we are set for the second half of game number 1 of this doubleheader today here at Meredith between the Tigers of Sewanee University and the Battling Bishops of North Carolina Wesleyan. 0-0 to start the second half. Sewanee moving left to right on your screen in all white. NC Wesleyan and the navy blue white shoulders moving right to left on your screen. I believe no shots from either team. A couple crosses from corners have been the threat, but no official shots. Maybe 1 or 2 have been made on each goalkeeper, but not shots that were actually to threat of either goalkeeper. Actually, there was one from Wesleyan that hit the corner of the crossbar and post. But other than that, it's been a close, tight game on the sidelines and in the midfield. Sarah Cook trying to get on the end of that one on the near sideline for Wesleyan. Savannah Williams will let this just go out for Sewanee. And now here's Ann Porter for the Tigers on the near side. Let's play it up top for Thompson. For Wesleyan, it's Ashley Major in goal. Erica Leinhart, Maggie Rankin, Victoria Burkhart, Ella Burkhart, Hannah Tolson, Amanda Mazza, Sarah Cook, Manuela Cano, Jordan Forbes, and Anna Stribling. As this one's cleared by Y. Williams for Sewanee. And now a long attempt from Burkhart goes well over and wide of the net and out for a Sewanee goal kick. For the Tigers, it's Samantha Bourgeois in goal, Mary Frank, Mina Carrison, Chloe Thompson, Clay McKnight, Kenzie McAvoy, Walker Poe, Dela Larock, Aaron Gill, Savannah Williams, and Kylie Ezel. On it is Cook here for Wesleyan. Cook trying to play it back to the inside, taken away by Sewanee. And now here's Cook again for Wesleyan on the near side, has some space on the left side. Takes a heavy touch, puts it in the middle, and cleared away by Gill for Sewanee. Goal kick here for Sewanee again in all white, moving left to right. Wesleyan in the navy with white shoulders or white back, moving right to left. No score here in the beginning of the second half. Meredith and Southern Virginia next after this one. Here's Frank for Sewanee. Frank still with it. And good defense by Wesleyan. And that's Burkhart, Ella Burkhart. This one played through the middle, looking for Forbes, and off her line comes Bourgeois and scoops that one up. Gill finds Larock, who turns. There's McAvoy. Plays it wide for Frank. And Frank finding McKnight on the far side, just out ahead of her, though. And Wesleyan will win a throw. Tolson now gets it taken away. McKnight for Sewanee. Good defense, though, by Cano. Cano still with it, and it will come back to Ezel, who will play it back for Bourgeois. LaRock trying to turn, play it back, and now here's Frank for Sewanee. LaRock finding McAvoy. McAvoy turns here to the near side. Now plays it in the middle, and it'll be a foul against Naia Brown, freshman defender from Dumfries, Virginia. There'll be a free kick here for Sewanee. Frank is behind this as well as LaRock. And now Frank will move up to the top of the box, and it'll just be Dale LaRock. Junior forward from Houston, Texas. Prayers all to those down in Houston, and LaRock will go for goal, and right into the hands and jumping for it is Ashley Major, the senior goalkeeper. So good chance there from LaRock for Sewanee. The Major was all over that one. One played over the top, looking for McKnight on the far sideline for Sewanee, but will go out for a Wesleyan throw. Now looks like Sewanee will make the first substitute of the second half. And McKnight will come off. And it looks like to be McDonald coming on for Sewanee. Excuse me, no, it looks like to be Lucy Currents. Freshman forward, also from New Orleans, Louisiana. Same as her goalkeeper and Sam Bourgeois. Ezel will try to put it wide for Sewanee. Taken away by Wesleyan and Forbes. And cleared up by Williams. And Wesleyan will have a throw at midfield. Thompson for Sewanee, and cleared up by Wesleyan. 55th minute here in game number 1 between NC Wesleyan and Sewanee, no score. Forbes still with it, puts it over top. Intended for Rankin on the far side, and will go out for a Sewanee throw. Wesleyan win possession. 35 minutes remaining. Again, no score. Meredith and Southern Virginia will be next. Meredith defeated these Tigers yesterday 1-0 thanks to a Kirstie King 87th minute free kick goal. Good step here by Wesleyan, and that's Erica Leinhart. But good defense from the Tigers to win it back. Leinhart trying to win it back, but strong there was Porter, and Sewanee will have a throw. Frank for Sewanee. Plays it wide for Ezel. Kylie Ezel still with it. Kylie Ezel has a shot and well high and wide off her left foot. Tennessee. Shot by Ezel, high and wide out for a goal kick. Now 2 subs come on for Wesleyan. One it looks like to be Samantha Clayton out of Woodbridge, Virginia. Her first action, a junior defender. And also coming in is Stephanie Stallings for Wesleyan, who throws it in for the Bishops. Passing here by Sewanee, but good step there by Victoria Burkhart of Wesleyan. And now here comes Ella Burkhart. Still with it. Cleared away by Williams of Sewanee. One played over the top, intended for Rankin. Off the line comes Bourgeois again. Rolls it out. Frank plays it back to Ezel. Now Ezel over the top. Taken down by Wesleyan. Turn here by Burkhart. Trying to find Rankin again. And just out ahead of her, and Gill slide tackle to try to stop that one, but it will roll all the way to Bourgeois, who handles that one with now under 32 minutes remaining here in this one. Foul here against McDonald for Sewanee, so free kick here for Wesleyan. Over it will be Ella Burkhart to send this one in. And here's a service, a good-looking ball swung right into the middle of the box, headed on by a Sewanee defender, and out comes Bourgeois, who handles that one and will be fouled. And the referee will stop the clock and talk to, it looks like to be Sarah Cook, who honestly had no reason to pretty much hip check Bourgeois there, and the referee will just give Cook a warning, no card. Free kick awarded for Sewanee. Good little hip check there for from the sophomore forward from Niskayuna, New York. And here is Cook yet again, here on the left side for Wesleyan. She wanted to let Bourgeois know that she's here. Burkhart swings it in, and it will be headed by Gill. And that would have been a good header if it was a Wesleyan player on a shot at goal, but it was Gill who deflected it with her head and gave it right back to Bourgeois. But now a miscommunication from Gill to Bourgeois, and it will come to Forbes, it looks like, who had a wide open net and pushed it wide left. Gill just tried to play it back for Bourgeois as she had pressure from Forbes coming at her. But the ball was a little high on the pass back, and Bourgeois couldn't handle it. Forbes got on it, pushed it a little bit to her left and a little far. And she tried to get on it before Gill got back to her and pushed it wide left. Probably the best chance all day for either team. And now a substitution for Sewanee. Thompson will come off. And on comes number 14, Carly Levin. Burkhart finds Clayton, who finds Cook here on the near side. But there is McDonald on defense. Cook still with it, though, and plays it in the middle. And now this one through for Forbes. Can she get there before it goes out across the goal line? She cannot, and it will be a Sewanee goal kick. And see Wesleyan putting on some pressure here in the past couple minutes. Trying to find a breakthrough here with 28:45 remaining here in this game. And off goes Currents and Porter for Sewanee. And it looks like McKnight comes back on, and as is Doris Ellis. Williams will send this away on the goal kick for Sewanee, but it'll be a foul against Tolson of Wesleyan. Gives a free kick to the Tigers. This one played up on the far sideline of McKnight, just ahead of her, go out for a Wesleyan throw. Dribbling, trying to keep possession of it, and it'll go out for a Sewanee throw right past midfield in front of the Wesleyan or Sewanee bench. Good pressure there from Rankin of Wesleyan, and now here's Frank for Sewanee, trying to find McKnight, and McKnight is offside. 27 minutes, now under 27, 26, 57, 56 left in this game. 0-0 between Sewanee and NC Wesleyan. Again, Sewanee dropped their opener yesterday here against Meredith. Final score of 1-0 on a Kirsty King free kick goal in the 87th minute. NC Wesleyan played about 20 or so minutes against Southern Virginia before their game was called due to weather, rain, thunder, lightning, all that stuff you hate to see. So Sewanee coming in at 0-1, NC Wesleyan coming in at 0-0. Frank. That was Cook battling there with McDonald. As Sewanee wins the throw. Ellis. Levin gets in front of it. Burkhart. And this one will go out for a Sewanee throw right in front of us here at the near sideline. Frank trying to find McDonald, headed on by Clayton of Wesleyan. And Wesleyan will win a throw. Frank gives it away. And now this ball tried to play through for Cook. Now this ball played back for Williams for Sewanee. Now here's LaRock and switches it for Williams, but there is Burkhart, but Williams gets there first and just clears it away for a Wesleyan throw. Now here's Ellis. Finding Ezel on the far side. Kylie Ezel. Levin. Levin still with it. Finds Frank. Here's Mary Frank. And good step there by Cook. And Frank tries to slide tackle in, misses it. And Cook now for Forbes, taken away by Gill of Sewanee. Here's Aaron Gill trying to move forward. Levin. Wide for McAvoy. McAvoy still with it. Will shoot with the right foot, takes one bounce and goes right into the chest of Major. Good attempt there from Kenzie McAvoy, the freshman midfielder from Daniel Island, South Carolina. Under 23.5 remaining here, 0-0. Game number 1. Meredith and Southern Virginia to follow this one. It's 1-0 Meredith against 0-0 Southern Virginia. And the Avenging Angels will look to get revenge on Southern Virginia after they lost to Southern Virginia last season by a final score of 2-1. Ball go out of play and a couple subs for each team. Ellis will come off for Thompson for Sewanee. Ball played all the way back for Bourgeois, who's got some pressure from Madeline Williams, who just came on for Wesleyan, as well as Sydney Nichols. And now this ball was going to be played back by Brown. Instead, she turns the other way and gives away for a second. Wesleyan has it, looking to switch and finding Cook. Here's Lucia Davids. Davids still with it, plays it through, and finds Williams on the far side. Can Williams keep it in? She cannot. And Sewanee, will have a throw. Ezel finding Levin, finding Frank in the midfield. Frank tries to play it through for Thompson. And this one will roll all the way out, and Major will come out off her line. That was McKnight for Sewanee, but Major comes out and handles that one. There'll be a foul here against Wesleyan. Ball played through, and Major comes well off her line, and Levin tries to put it over her head, but mishit. And Major handles that one. Dangerous for a second if you're a Bishop fan. Couple subs here for Wesleyan now. It'll be 2 of them. It's Clayton for Wesleyan, who just came on. Julia Rebellin came on for Wesleyan as well. And now this one is in for Nichols, who shoots with the right hand and saved to her right by Samantha Bourgeois. Good chance there for Wesleyan. Now McDonald finds Levin, who tries to play it through for Ezel, and cleared away by Wesleyan to the far side. This one played for Shayla Thorne, who comes on for Wesleyan. It'll be a foul against Sewanee. So free kick for Wesleyan. Shayla Thorne, senior forward out of Tarboro, North Carolina, and Tarboro High School. And a free kick and a dangerous position here for Sewanee, and over it for Wesleyan is Ella Burkhart, the senior midfielder. And Burkhart had a shot on goal earlier that hit the post. And she'll try this again. It'll swing in the box off the crossbar. And for the second time this game, Ella Burkhart has hit the woodwork off of 2 free kicks. And another chance begging for Wesleyan. They had a couple of the better chances here in this second half. And it remains 0-0 here with just over 16 minutes remaining in this one. Still 0-0. Brown puts this up for Wesleyan, cleared away by Sewanee. And now Brown to take it again. Puts it up for Clayton. Good move here by Thorne. But there on the defense is McDonald for Sewanee, who will just put it out for a Wesleyan throw. Good pressure here from North Carolina Wesleyan. And Clayton will throw in for the Bishops. Good step by Gill to clear it away for Sewanee. And Levin battling with Brown. It'll be a foul against Levin and a free kick for NC Wesleyan. Burkhart over this one again. And she'll just play it through for Brown, who's past Ezel. Brown on the left side puts it in with her left foot and easily handled by Bourgeois. 76th minute here in Raleigh. No score between Sewanee and North Carolina Wesleyan. Sewanee coming in 0-1. North Carolina Wesleyan coming in at 0-0. Their game yesterday canceled due to weather. Sewanee lost 1-0 in the 87th minute to Meredith. Here's McAvoy for Sewanee trying to find a teammate, finally finding Gill back at midfield. And now here's Levin. Good turn by Levin. And try to put it forward for McAvoy, too far in front ahead of her. And now here's Wesleyan, but Sewanee gets it right back. One play back to Bourgeois. And Bourgeois checks and fakes out Sydney Nichols to try to get the pass off. Now here's Frank. Deflected. Clayton finding Thorne. And it'll be a foul against Thorne and a free kick for Sewanee. Good defense there by number 10, Isabel McDonald, sophomore out of Savannah, Georgia. She's played well at that right back position today. And this one mishit by LaRock, trying to play it back for Williams, and Williams has to track back all the way to her own goal line. And well done by Williams to win a goal kick, as she puts that one off of Clayton. And now 2 subs for Sewanee set to check in, 1 for Wesleyan. Looks like to be Ezel and LaRock will come off for Sewanee. And Ella Burkhart for Wesleyan. On comes Ellis for Sewanee. And number 7, Chloe Thompson, also for Sewanee. Coming on for Wesleyan is Hannah Tolson. And it'll be Tolson and Thompson battling right off the goal kick. Clayton. So one played back for Stallings. Plays it through, trying to find Williams on the far side, but too much on that one will roll out for a Sewanee goal kick. And now another sub for Wesleyan. And Shayla Thorne will come off for the Bishops. And on comes number 19, Madison Stace, freshman forward out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. Here's Doris Ellis for Sewanee on the near side. Ellis still with it. Ellis still with it, trying to get by her defender in Burkhart. Now here's McDonald, puts it in off her right foot. Deflected off of Brown and keeps it in for the time being. Brown a nice 1-2 with Stace. Brown with it right at her goal line. Now here's Clayton. And this one kept in by Stace. Finds Rebellon, who had numbers. And now this one played over the top. And Stace has room here on the near sideline. Can she keep it in? She can't. And a throw-in, for Sewanee, who takes it quickly. And now here's Frank. Gill heads it on. one played a little too far from Davids. And off her line comes Bourgeois, and she'll pick this one up. 9:50 remaining. 0-0. This one deflected right off Rebellin to the hands of Bourgeois. Be a foul against Sewanee. Over it, here's Victoria Burkhart. And Burkhart, low line drive to the top of the 18, bounces to Thompson, who plays it wide for Ellis. Levin. Try to play it through for McKnight. And now this one plays over the top. Bourgeois comes off her line. This one's intended for Nichols, but Bourgeois pushes this wide to the far sideline and out for a Wesleyan throw. And now another Wesleyan sub. Stallings will come off. Excuse me, looks like Clayton will come off. And off comes number 5, Mina Carrison for Sewanee. Wesleyan wins the throw on the far sideline. Eight minutes remaining, no score. Wesleyan has hit the post/crossbar twice in this game. Sewanee, no real big threat on goalkeeper Ashley Major. States has it taken away, and it will be a foul against her. So free kick here for Sewanee, and Williams will take it, and this is a bad one, just goes right off side of her foot, and that a play for a Wesleyan throw. And now another Wesleyan sub, and Nichols will come off. This would be Ella Burkhart back in. Tolson plays in the middle, finds Davids. Davids still with it, gives it away to Williams of Sewanee. There's McDonald. Good turn here by McKnight, trying to find Ellis. And there's Stace. That'll be a foul against Stace. Another free kick for Sewanee just past midfield. 6 minutes remaining here in this one, no score. And Gill will take this right at midfield. Headed on by Burkhart. Now Frank has it. Will shoot with her right foot, but well wide left. And out for a Wesleyan goal kick. Gill has it taken away by Rebellin. Rebellin has player to her right, but tries to cut back to her left, and good tackle there. But it looks like to be, actually can't tell, 2 players down now, and that was indeed number 10, Isabel McDonald on the tackle, and she was fouled, so a free kick for Sewanee with 4:51 remaining. And if you are a fan of North Carolina Wesleyan, McDonald goes back to the ground after trying to get off the field, and it looks like she's injured. Trainers will come out. 4:51 remaining. But to say, if you are a fan of North Carolina Chapel Hill football, not going so well. Now they are down 11 as Cal just put it in the end zone with 1:56 remaining. The score is now 35-24 in favor of the Cal Golden Bears. Maryland is defeating number 23 Texas 44-34. Miami, number 18, over Bethune-Cookman 38-13. Oklahoma just kicked off against UTEP. They're already up 7-0 as McDonald favoring, it looks like to be your left ankle, but gets up under her own power, which is good to see. Clemson all over Kent State 56-3. Penn State all over Akron 52-0. That's it so far for the top 25 in college football. If you are missing any of that and joining us, we appreciate it. South Carolina and NC State have kicked off in Charlotte, 14-7 Gamecocks. So free kick here for Sewanee. And Williams will send it. 4:40 remaining in this one. Still no score. This one intended for McKnight on the far side. Now Thompson battling. This one played back for Brown, who sends it up for Wesleyan. Now here's Leinhart on the near side. Leinhart with room. Now here's Burkhart. Ella Burkhart plays it through, and a good ball for Stace on the left side, but Stace is offside. So offside against Madison Stace, the freshman forward. That'll be a free kick awarded to Sewanee here with 3:50 remaining and no score. This one played short, a little pressure here from the Bishops. This one played wide to Kerrison on the near sideline. And it'll be a foul here against Wesleyan, against Leinhart, so a free kick again to Sewanee. And McAvoy's over it and look to send this one deep. Now under 3.5 to play. Ella Burkhart trying to find Stace. And Stace keeps it in, battling with Kerrison. Stace wins the battle. He'll try to send it in on her left foot. But good defense there from Kerrison. And away for the time being as this one's head over the top. Williams has to deal with it. There's Stace there again. And now Stace and Kerrison will battle. And this one will go out, and it will last go off of Stace for a Sewanee goal kick. Gill sends this one deep, only to as far as Davids. And now Kerrison will let this one roll out yet again. And another goal kick for Sewanee now with 2:20 remaining. Gill sends this one up for Sewanee. Headed on by Larock. Now here's Levin. Levin trying to settle it. Does. Turns. And finds McAvoy. Here's McAvoy now. Under 2 minutes remaining. Tries to play it through for Thompson, but that's well ahead of her. And Major comes off her line and scoops that one up. 1:45 remaining. This one over the head of everybody, right into the hands of Bourgeois, who rolls this one out to Williams. Williams pass back to Bourgeois. They're very composed there at the back of Sewanee. They've rather pass it around in the back than just clear it most of the time. And they do it again here successfully. And here's Frank now for the Tigers. Frank still with it. Now Thompson trying to get on the end of that one. And cleared away by Davids. And this one will roll well ahead of Stace. And now we're into the final minute. Sewanee will take their time to throw this one in. 40 seconds and running. No overtime, of course. This will end in a draw. No teams can score. This one goes off the back of Thompson for a Wesleyan throw. 30 seconds now remaining. Tolson finds Lionheart. 13. Step by Williams, puts it up. And now we're into the last 5 seconds. And that's going to do it for game number 1 and day number 2 of this Meredith Classic. And it ends in a 0-0 draw between Sewanee and North Carolina Wesleyan. North Carolina Wesleyan's Ella Burkhart had 2 free kicks. One that went off the post and the other off the crossbar. And actually, I believe they do overtime. We'll see here. I believe it's maybe 2 10-minute overtimes, and if nobody scores, then it ends in a draw. But not a lot of chances for Sewanee in this one. A couple of crosses landed in front of the goalkeeper Major for NC Wesleyan, but nothing real of a big threat. The stats right now have Wesleyan 13 shots, 8 on goal, compared to 7 and 4 for Sewanee, but those might be favorable as some of those shots were actually crosses. And it looks like we will have in overtime. So teams with a quick break. If you're an NC State watching, maybe you're a North Carolina Wesleyan fan watching this feed, or you could be a Sewanee fan. Maybe you got some ties to North Carolina State. They just tied up the game against South Carolina 14-14 down in Charlotte. if you're a North Carolina fan, about 15 seconds left, and it's Cal 35, UNC 24. So it looks like Carolina will drop their first game of the season. Waiting for both of these teams to get back on the field. Sewanee and North Carolina Wesleyan tied at 0-0. Meredith and Southern Virginia will kick off next. That one's set for a half an hour from now. All right, so both teams are back out on the field. We'll have two 10-minute periods of sudden death if no one scores after the two 20-minute periods. The game will be ended as a draw. Sewanee moving right to left on your screen in the white. NC Wesleyan moving left to right in the navy with white shoulders. North Carolina Wesleyan with the better of the chances in this game. Two of them off the post and the crossbar, both from Ella Burkhart, senior midfielder out of Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania. And they were both free kicks, two good strikes. And Bourgeois' best friend, and every goalkeeper's best friend, the woodwork, the post and or crossbar, coming up big. Frank trying to turn, battling there with Tolson. Frank wins the battle. Now we'll play it down the near sideline. For McKnight, who plays it in the middle, and taken away by Wesleyan. Forbes now plays this back, intercepted by Frank of Sewanee. And Sewanee will win a free kick as Frank was fouled by Burkhart. De La Rock over this for Sewanee. Plays it to the top of the 18. Headed on by Brown of Wesleyan. Flicked on by Sewanee. Comes down to Frank. And it was Frank and I believe Levin who were right there and didn't know who's going to hit it. It was Frank, and she put it well over the bar and over the net and out for a Wesleyan goal kick. Again, 2 10-minute halves here in overtime. Sudden death rules. If a goal is scored, the game is over. It's not like professional soccer, 2 15-minute halves no matter what. If no one scores in the first 10 minutes, we'll have another 10 minutes, and if no one scores after that, then the game will be ended in a draw. But if someone scores at any time, the game is over. Free kick here for Sewanee now after a foul on Wesleyan in a dangerous place. De La Rock will send this one again in for Sewanee. And send this one right into the middle of the box, headed on by Brown of Wesleyan. Headed on by Brown again, and cleared away by Forbes over top. Looking for Rankin here on the near right side. Rankin will get there in time, and off her line comes Bourgeois, but offsides is Sarah Cook. And from here, it didn't look like Cook was offside. The sideline referee says that she was, so offside. And it looks like Bourgeois would have got there in time anyway. So free kick here for Sewanee. 6 minutes left here in this first overtime. Levin battling with Brown. Brown wins it. This one's sent up the near sideline. There is Tolson. Puts it wide. That looks to be Stace there on the far side, still paddling with Kerrison. Frank for Sewanee. Williams plays this back for Bourgeois. 4.5 remaining in this first overtime. 0-0 between Sewanee and N.C. Wesleyan. Kerrison keeps it in, stopped. Though by Linehart. This one played through, and this looks to be McKnight on it, and off her line comes Major, and McKnight gets taken down. And it'll be a corner kick. And now referee calls for a clock stoppage as McKnight stays down and looks to be in some pain. Clay McKnight, the freshman midfielder from Augusta, Georgia, tried to get in, was in behind the Wesleyan defenders. Major had to come off her line and poke that one away and went out for a corner. Good to see McKnight up on her feet and walk off under her own power. 4:08 remaining here in this first overtime. Meredith and Southern Virginia kick off next. Meredith beat these Tigers 1-0 yesterday, 87th minute goal off a free kick from Kirstie King. So play will resume here with a corner for Sewanee on the far side. And here's a delivery, a good-looking one on the near post, headed on. But a foul against Sewanee in the box, and Wesleyan will win a free kick. Headed on Forbes looking for Cook. And now Gill will clear for Sewanee, but headed back by Tolson. Cook battling with Kerrison. Now Frank for Sewanee. And Wesleyan will win a throw. Now it comes down to Forbes. And she'll be taken down, but referee says no foul. And that was in the box as well, but out for a Wesleyan throw. That's one played through for Cook. Excuse me, that's Cano on the near side. And she tried to put it through with her right foot, but right into the hands of Bourgeois. 2:20 remaining here in this first half. I should say first half of overtime. No one scores here in the next 2 minutes. We'll have another 10 minutes if still scoreless. The game will end in a draw. Sewanee have another throw here in the near sideline. Minute and a half remaining in this first overtime. This one put in by LaRock, goes over everybody, and Ellis back there, try to get on the end of that, and we'll go out for a Wesleyan throw deep in their corner. But now we're under a minute left here in this first overtime. Free kick here for Wesleyan. Good head by Rankin to look for Forbes, but it was Gill there to clear for Sewanee. And Sewanee will win a throw here, 15 seconds left in this first overtime. And so 10 minutes is up in the first overtime. We go to double overtime. Still scoreless here in Raleigh. Between Sewanee and NC Wesleyan, we'll be back for double overtime here shortly. Nil-nil here between NC Wesleyan and Sewanee. 100 minutes have been played and no score. So we'll play 10 more minutes of sudden death. And if nobody scores here in the next 10 minutes, this game will result as a draw. Meredith and Southern Virginia will play next. And that will be NC Wesleyan moving right to left on your screen. Sewanee moving left to right. The Tigers in all white of Sewanee. NC Wesleyan in the navy blue. White shoulders moving right to left. One played up. Looking for McKnight. And Major has to deal with it for Wesleyan. Finds Brown on the far side. And Sewanee win a throw, taken quickly. And this one will roll all the way out for a Wesleyan goal kick. Burkhart now plays it wide for Lanhart, who finds Cook. Sarah Cook still with it, gets by Carrison and now Williams. Cook puts it in the middle with her left foot, and right there in the middle, and a shot deflected, and Bourgeois on it, and finally cleared away. A good chance there for Hannah Tolson. And cleared away by Sewanee. Good job by Cook to beat Carrison and Williams on the left side. And a good cross there found Tolson right in the middle at the top of the six. And Tolson just couldn't put it away. Bourgeois got a hand on it, and Sewanee defender got another piece of it. Here's a cross in the middle, and Bourgeois handles that one. Lionheart battling with Ellis, and Lionheart wins the free kick. Victoria Burkhart behind this one. And we'll look to send this deep, right past the top of the 18, headed on by Gill. One bounce in the box is Ella Burkhart, heads it on. And Carrison will let this roll out, and it will be a Sewanee goal kick. Sub for both teams now. Cano will come off for Wesleyan. And McKnight will come off for Sewanee. Looks like Ashley Dunn will come on for Wesleyan. And Ann Porter comes on for Sewanee. Step by Gill on the defensive line of Sewanee. Gets taken down late. Levin still with it, though, for the Tigers. And finds Ezel on the far side. Ezel, who's listed as a forward on Sewanee's roster, has played left back the past 2 days. And been very stable and played very well at the left back position. Here she is. And she wins a free kick. Here's Williams. This one played through. Cook trying to get there. Carrison. And cleared away by Williams of Sewanee. Headed on by Burkhart. Williams heads it. Here's Gill. And she tried to clear, but there's Forbes who puts it up with the right foot and just wide left. And another chance for Wesleyan goes begging, as they'd had most of the chance in this game, most of the chances in the second half. Chance in that first half of overtime, and now another chance here in the second half of overtime. Sarah Cook goes off. And on comes number 19, Madison Stace for Wesleyan. 4:45 and running remaining here in double overtime. If no one scores, the game will end as a draw. Rankin trying to get behind it. Here's Forbes now. And it will be a handball against Forbes as it was cleared off of her hand from Sewanee. So Sewanee wins a free kick and taken quickly. Now here's Ezel on the far side. Ezel finds Frank in the middle. Levin heads it on. McAvoy trying to come down with it. Does. Now here's Kenzie McAvoy. He'll just go off her shin and out for a Wesleyan throw. 4 minutes remaining. No score still. As we've now played 106 minutes of soccer, no goals. Forbes on Gill, and Gill will play this back to her goalkeeper Bourgeois. And Bourgeois will play it wide on the near side for Carrison. Carrison will play it back. That's what I was talking about. Sewanee would rather pass it in the back, as Bourgeois does there and switches side to Gill. Gill almost gives it away, but ends up on the foot of Ezel. Here's Kylie Ezel. Finds Levin. Here's Carly Levin. Finds Ezel again on the far side. Ezel puts it in on her left foot, goes to the top of the 6. There's McAvoy, he shoots! And puts it wide and over the net. And a great chance there for Kenzie McAvoy to end the game here with 3 minutes to go. And she was onside and couldn't put it on goal. And a goal kick for the Bishops and a great chance, best chance of the afternoon for Sewanee. And they could have stole the win there after how many chances Wesleyan had in this game. So one headed on by Forbes. And will roll all the way out for a Sewanee throw. Good run there from Kylie Ezel. All the way from the left back position. Gets to the left side of the 18, puts it in. And it was a beautiful cross. Went by a couple of Wesleyan defenders. Found the foot of McAvoy, who just couldn't put it home. 2 minutes remaining. Meredith and Southern Virginia to follow. There'll be a foul against Sewanee, so a free kick here for the Bishops. 145, 144, 143 and running. This looks like to be Nania Brown on the service. And she'll put in, this will go right at goal and right into the hands of Sam Bourgeois. And rolls it out for Ezel. 1:15 remaining. Ezel still with it. Ezel now plays over the top, looking for Ellis. Ellis on the run, and their defending is Dunn. And Dunn will put it out for a Sewanee throw. Now we're into the last minute now. 110th minute. And it looks like LaRock will take her sweet time to throw this one in. Try to have the last chance of the game. This will be a long throw into the box. Headed on by Tolson. And it'll be another throw from the same spot. And the referee stops the clock here with 24 seconds left. And now it's a line drive on the ground. And Frank tried to play it back for LaRock. Cleared away by Wesleyan. LaRock heads it on and out in the last 10 seconds. Cleared away by Wesleyan. And that's going to do it. So 110 minutes between Sewanee and Wesleyan. No goals were scored. And great chances in overtime by both Wesleyan and Sewanee, but no one could put it into the back of the net. Shutouts for Bourgeois and Major. And it ends North Carolina Wesleyan 0, Sewanee 0. And Meredith and Southern Virginia will play next in about 16 and a half minutes time, so be sure to join us for that. Again, Sewanee 0, North Carolina Wesleyan 0.